I mean, humor, I think, is a good technique, or for dealing with problematic situations. I think a lot of people's worry and fear is like they're worried about the past or they're worried about the future. But if you're in the present, this really, it kind of restricts the amount of damage that can be done to you. It used to be so taboo to say you were an atheist, and I love that, like Bill Maher, is so upfront about it, and that taboo has kind of been broken, because we really need to say, Jesus is not coming, he's not here, he's not listening, God's not listening, there's no heaven, it's only here, deal with it. Because then people would have to behave in a completely different way. They'd have to deal with what's right in front of them right now, and not think that, their frustrations were going to be redressed, somewhere else in the future. If I were religious, I'd kind of be like an Olympian, I think. I sort of like pagan religion, even though I don't, I'm not religious, but I can see that, it promotes certain values. It's not, the gods are just as fucked up as people. It's about archetypes, and it's a way of explaining the world. I remember when I first heard the Wailers, Bob Marley, and they did that song, Get Up, Stand Up. The lyrics are so fantastic. It's like, most people think great God will come from the sky, take away everything, and make everybody feel high.
Right.
But if you know what life is worth, you will look for yours on earth. So now you see the light, you better stand up for your rights. Boom. I consider myself a philosopher, I guess, because that's a lot of what I think about, read about. I'm a total devotee of books and reading, and I went to college. I went to a good college. I went to a good grad school, but I consider myself completely self-educated. Because basically everything I learned from reading some book that I wanted to read. I believe in books. If the grid goes down, it'll still be there. The last book that I did, I deliberately made it like a beautiful object, just because I think that's the survival. I think that's what we should do with books. We should make them into things that people want to look at. I like the idea of a magazine of conversations. Even though there are hardly any magazines I read, I always wanted to make one. When I started with Interview, I actually thought that it was we were doing something really important. The literary language had separated itself from the way people speak, and a lot of writers were really pretentious, and would write things in a way that if they actually spoke that way, people would laugh at them and say, "What the fuck are you saying?" So I think that in a way we contributed to changing the tone of writing. They keep sending me the ballot for the Vanity Fair Best Dressed list, and every year it annoys me. I get really worked up about it.
Good.
Last year I wrote about it, but I guess it didn't have enough power to offend Graydon Carter enough that he would take me off the list of people getting the ballot. And half of it is like, sort of pretenders to various European thrones, like the Greek throne. Like, yeah, they're going to come back. Really annoying. I mean, your character is what you know, and the rest is just it's either vanity or paranoia. Character is a consolation. They can't take that away from you.
Right.